What's going on, everyone? Today we are taking a look at the SwitchBot S10. This is a floor cleaning robot which includes a fully automatic water station as well as a second station for collecting debris and drying the vacuum. Taking a look at the specs, this has a 6500 PA suction power, a autofill and auto drain water station, AI obstacle avoidance, a built-in LED light, and a self-cleaning roller mop. Taking a look inside the box, you have your manual and quick start guide, a cleaning brush, an extra brush to go at the bottom of the vacuum. There's also another one which I already put on the vacuum. 2 bags of floor cleaning solution. And then you have this box here which includes a ton of different adapters and parts for any different situation that you might want to install this. Unique to this vacuum, as you can see here, this includes 2 different docking stations. This one here is your main station that charges the vacuum, empties out your debris, and then dries the mop heads as well. So once your vacuum is done cleaning, it parks right here. This automatically sucks everything out, and that gets stored into here. And this has up to 70 days of debris per bag. You got one pre-installed, and then they also include a few extras as well. The second station over here handles everything for the mop side of things. So this refills the water in the vacuum, and then it also empties out the dirty water as well. As I said earlier, this process is completely automatic and does not have to be manually filled or emptied out. I'll go over more about this and cover the installation process later in the video. All right, coming back to the vacuum itself, as you can see, it's a simple all-white design which should easily blend with most houses. Flipping the vacuum over, we have a few interesting things here. First off, we have a rubber brush, and this is a anti-tangle brush, so you don't have to worry about it getting clogged up with hairs and having to deal with taking that off. Next up, we have the mop itself, and as you can see, this is pretty different from everything else out there. Most vacuums have these 2 pads that spin around, and while they do a good job at cleaning, the problem is all that gunk stays on the pads and ends up getting smeared around your house. This one does things a little differently with what they call their Revel Roll Roller Mop. So instead of spinning and smearing everything around, this one actually rolls and pulls the gunk up and into the vacuum. In combination with this, the vacuum also has what they call rinse sync, which cleans off the roll 300 times per minute. So as it's cleaning the floor, the roller is constantly getting cleaned and wringed out. This way, all the gunk stays inside the vacuum and isn't being spread around your house. All in all, definitely a much better approach at mopping versus the 2 rotating pads. All right, so as far as installation goes, this is actually a very easy process. It looks a little intimidating at first, but honestly, if you can use a wrench, then you can definitely install this as well. So the first dock, this one does not require any special installation. This one just has a power wire, and all you have to do is simply plug that one in. The cool thing is these do not have to be in the same location. This can be somewhere on the other side of your house, and this one can be where it's most convenient for it to grab and release water. In my case, I have this in my basement in the opposite corner, and then I have the water part here in the bathroom, as this was the most convenient and easiest way for me to install this. So as I showed you earlier, this has a ton of different adapters. So if you want to install this under your kitchen sink, your bathroom sink, your washer machine, whatever it might be, they have a bunch of different adapters to make that easy for you. I honestly didn't want to go through all that, so I went with the most easiest option. So in back of this unit, you have 2 different hoses. One is where the water comes in from, and then the other one is where the water dumps out. So as your vacuum pulls in here, it'll grab water that'll pull directly from your house's water lines, and then it'll dump out water, and that can either go in a pipe like with one of these adapters, or in my case, it'll dump it right into the toilet bowl. Very easy that way. So with 2 hoses, this is a very simple 2-part process. So first you want to install your water line. In my case, I happen to have a non-standard water fitting here. So despite them including 2 of the most common water fittings that you can find at most houses, I happen to have the only one that didn't include. But basically, you will turn off your water with this here by your toilet bowl. Get a wrench, unscrew this, this will come off. This will go here. One side of it goes into your toilet, and the other side here, that's the one that'll plug into this here to supply water there. And that's all there is to it. Honestly, probably like a 2-minute process to finish that whole entire part there. And the second part of it is the other hose which dumps out the water. Very easy as well. So I have this running behind the toilet. That comes up right here, and that comes down here. And as you can see, it releases water right here into the toilet bowl. You simply line it up where you need it. Put this clip on they include here, another one here. and now it's going to dump out the water right there. As you can see, you can't even see it's installed except for this little line that we have here. So once again, while it seems a little intimidating on the surface, this is actually a very easy product to install. And now, thanks to this, I no longer have to worry about putting water in the tank, emptying out the old dirty water, which can get moldy and start to smell. Now the vacuum just parks there, does what it has to do, and continues cleaning around the house for a nearly hands-free automatic process. And then if you don't want to do any installation at all, they also have this attachment that goes on top of the water station. And this gives you two water tanks. So you have one for your clean water, one for your dirty water. And as you can see, it's a very low profile station. So you can easily put this under something. And as long as the vacuum has access to it, it'll work just fine. So either way you want to do it, if you want to go fully automatic, which I would recommend, you can do that very easily with the two hoses. Or if you want to use it in a more traditional robot vacuum way, you can also use it with the two tanks. Once again, these do not have to be in the same area, so you can keep this one in your bathroom or kitchen, wherever it's most convenient. And then you can have the charging station in another area as well. All right, so getting the vacuum set up is also very easy as well. You simply sync it up in the app, start the initial clean, and while it's cleaning, it'll also map out your house with the built-in LiDAR navigation. Testing out the vacuum, it definitely did a great job with every test that I put it through. First off, I made quite the mess with a bunch of random debris, and as you can see, it quickly and easily vacuumed all of that up. Next, I tested it with some spilled cereal just to try out something that is both wet and dry. And as you can see, it also cleaned that up very easily as well. Last but not least, I wanted to push the vacuum a little harder, so I laid out a bunch of sauce here on the floor. I wasn't sure how to do on this one since it was a lot more than a regular spill, but once again, it also powered through this very easily as well. So overall, when it comes to cleaning power, this is definitely a great performing robot. This vacuum also has AI obstacle avoidance, which I tested out with both larger and smaller things, and as you can see, it did a great job detecting and moving around everything as well. I don't have a carpet to demonstrate it, but if you do have a carpet, the robot would automatically detect it and lift the mop roller up 7 millimeters to make sure your carpet stays dry. Last but not least, this vacuum also has a built-in LED light. Since SwitchBot has a whole home automation system, you can actually program this to clean when you leave your house. And if the lights aren't on in a room, it would just switch on its own light and continue doing what it has to do. Besides this, since the vacuum is very quiet, you can also just have it clean throughout the night if you wanted to as well. Overall, this is definitely one of the better robot vacuums out there. It does a great job at cleaning, and best of all, it's one of the most automatic and hands-free vacuums to be released so far. So overall, if you happen to be shopping for a robot vacuum, I would highly recommend this one here, which again is the SwitchBot S10. Alright, well that about wraps up this video. As usual, if you have any questions at all, feel free to drop me a comment and let me know. Otherwise, thanks for watching, and I'll see you all next time.